Have you always dreamed of big city living, but not sure if it's worth it? Maybe there's a little voice in your head saying, but you get so much more for your money in the burbs. Today's video, we are going to compare and contrast a peaceful life out in the popular suburb of Dripping Springs to the excitement of living in town in Austin's most famous zip code, 78704. This video will help you figure out which lifestyle fits you best. Thinking about making your next move, but not quite sure if you want to live in town or in the burbs? Well, in today's video, we're going to explore that very subject. My name is Edie Embry, and I specialize in urban living. But today, I'm going to expand my horizons, and we are going to explore one of Austin's most popular suburbs, Dripping Springs. We're going to compare and contrast what you can get for your money, what the lifestyle is like, and what it's like to live and breathe Austin living or suburban living. Stay tuned. Here are 10 things to consider before moving out to the burbs. First of all, walkability versus drivability. In town, walkability is huge. You'll see people on scooters, bicycles, walking to restaurants, shops, grabbing coffee. On this particular home, you can walk to South Lamar. Right behind me, you can see we've got the strip of South Lamar where you've got Amy's Ice Cream, Phil's Ice House, you've got Torchy's Tacos, Kirby Lane Cafe. So tons of restaurants and shopping right within 5-minute walk. In the suburbs, think wide sidewalks, cul-de-sacs, and kids bike riding in the neighborhood. It's quieter and more private, but you'll probably drive more. Number 2, commute time. In town, you're less than 20 minutes from downtown Austin, even during peak hours. In the burbs, you're looking at a 45-plus minute commute from places like Dripping Springs or Cedar Park, especially in rush hour traffic, which is particularly bad in Austin. Density and noise. In town, you'll be closer to nightlife, restaurants, and more people, which potentially means more noise and more crime. It's quieter, less dense in the suburbs, and ideal if you're looking for peace and a little more elbow room. Number 4, schools. The suburbs are often known for highly rated public schools, which is a big reason families opt to move out there. In town, school quality can vary by neighborhood, and you'll need to do a lot of research to individual schools before you buy. You may need to look at alternatives such as charter schools or private schools. Number 5, food scene versus fresh produce. In town, you're going to get everything from food trucks and hole-in-the-wall gems to Michelin-rated restaurants. The culinary scene in Austin is unbelievable. Out in the burbs, you'll find weekend farmers markets, roadside produce stands, and a slower pace of food culture. Perfect if you love to cook at home. Number 6, amenities. One of the biggest perks of the suburbs is that most of the neighborhoods have private pools, gyms, and trails all within your own neighborhood HOA. This makes for a great community and easy play dates and fun times on the weekend with the family. However, in town, Austin has some of the best public parks in the world at your doorstep. Think Barton Springs, Zilker Park, Butler Park, just to name a few. They're free and they're world famous. Number 7, and this is a biggie, home prices and value. Out in the suburbs, for example, Dripping Springs, the median home price is $665, and a home will run you about $270 per square foot. However, in Austin proper, at least in 78704, the median home price jumps to $875 with an average of $572 per square foot. You're paying a premium for the location and the lifestyle. Number 8, architecture and character. In town, you'll see mid-century modern, craftsman, bungalows, and more. Every home has its own story. That's the beauty of in-town living. You have a variety of interesting and often eclectic architecture. Out in the suburbs, and some people prefer this, you can expect production homes with uniform designs, newer builds, and standard layouts. Number 9, home features. The driving factor that lures people to the suburbs is value. The further out you go, the more bang you get for the buck. In the suburbs, you can expect a larger home on a larger lot, newer construction, more features and benefits for less money. For example, in the suburbs, you commonly get soaring 9 to 10 foot ceilings and large open concept living kitchen areas. In older homes, you may have 8-foot ceilings, smaller footprint for your living and kitchen area, and not necessarily a formal dining room. For example, this home in town is only 1,400 square foot, whereas this home out in Dripping Springs, 3,000 square foot. Yet the home in Dripping Springs costs $200,000 less. In the suburbs, you can expect massive primary suites with walk-in closets and en-suite baths. However, in town, if you purchase an older home, you'll more than likely get a smaller bedroom and the baths are not necessarily connected. In the burbs, probably the thing I covet the most is the homes with the oversized garages. This particular home that we showed today had a 3-car garage with a massive mudroom, which is very common in new construction. In town, garages are rarer, and some of the original homes built in the 40s and 50s do not have a garage and only a carport. But where in-town homes win is with their shady lots. Older neighborhoods are full of tree-lined streets. So here we are in town in Barton Hills, popular neighborhood in 78704, and this house behind me is in its original, it's been updated, but it's a 1955 rancher, and a few features you'll notice of in-town living that you won't see as much out in the burbs is this beautiful mature tree behind me. This is a heritage oak tree, and that's one of the things people really covet. Another cool thing about in-town houses is they have a lot of character. You can see the limestone brick, very typical of the neighborhood. Now you can get these modern, new, bigger homes in town, but they're likely to cost you 2 to 3 times as much as they would cost you out in the suburbs. Number 10, last but not least, entertainment and community lifestyle. One of the characteristics of the suburbs is that life tends to center around the family, and the homes are built as such. In the suburbs, you can expect bonus rooms, media rooms, extended outdoor living spaces with covered patios and outdoor kitchens, all making it easy to entertain friends and host large family gatherings. Being in town, you can expect a multitude of lifestyles. One of the biggest lifestyles is the health and fitness culture here in Austin. Any given day on Lady Bird Lake, you'll see joggers and bikers. You'll also see pickleballers at the South Austin Park and abundance of kayakers and paddleboarders on Lady Bird Lake. Not to mention Austin's robust nightlife. Austin is famously known as the live music capital of the world, and as such, you can enjoy live music 7 nights a week at iconic clubs such as the Continental Club, Saxon Pub, Broken Spoke, and others. And I would be remiss if I didn't mention all the numerous music festivals and events that happen year-round in Austin, including the most famous Austin City Limits, which is housed in the 78704 zip code right here in Zilker Park. In the end, who's the winner? Well, that's up to you. What do you value more? In Austin, you're going to get a little more walkability. You're going to get access to all the things that made Austin cool, like Zilker Park, Barton Springs, and live music. And in Dripping, you're going to get a beautiful new community with awesome amenities, great schools, and great access to sports activities. So you decide, and there are no wrong decisions, but either way, it'd be my pleasure to help you find your next home in the greater Austin area. My name is Edie Embry. Feel free to call, text, or email, and I can help you find your next home.